Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. I'm gonna jump on here today and try to run through some whips, some FFOs, and some questions real quick and try to get some of that out of the way. This is Flosstube 18 on April 17th, 2020. I am 53 today. Woohoo! Weirdest birthday ever of all time. I just want that to go down in history, or the weirdest birthday yet. Maybe I shouldn't tempt fate like that. Who knows? But I will jump right in here with some questions and comments from last time. The stocking that I did in the FFO yesterday, a couple of days ago. 1952 Trouble asked what book it was in. So this is the little stocking there that I finished out of this, and it says Home for the Holidays by Blackbird Designs, and it says that it is copyright 2016. I've had it for quite some time and I loved it, and I intend to do the rest of the series. I did change up a couple of things. I forgot to mention I changed that. They were cross stitches and I did a little satin stitch kind of a thing on there, so I changed that up. And somebody asked what thread I used, cherry bark and used brick, and I believe that's what it called for on there. But I really enjoyed those and was super pleased with them. Several of y'all have commented that you love my earrings, and thank you very much. I get a lot of them from Bebe and Keely on my birthday, and from my sister-in-law Jana, and she just happened to have dropped off a present on my doorstep and ran away. But she always gets them from this company. It's Anya, O-N-Y-A-H, Anya Goods on Instagram. And she is a really nice company. She gives, it helps women get jobs and in poor countries and things like that and different things. So it's a nice company, but it's Anya Goods on Instagram, and she always gives them for me. These are Anya's. The ones I had on in the last video were from Bebe and Keely, and they were from either my Three Bears headquarters in Waxahachie or Gemini Moon boutique here in Midlothian. But I do love me some crazy earrings, so they always keep me hooked up good with those. And several of y'all was asking about the girls being on Instagram, and of course, this being my birthday, I got some pictures today. So this is them with their parents in Disney. And I hope this video is not so dark today because it is awfully dark outside. I probably should have got my other light going in here, but I didn't. I forgot. And then this is Kimmy's on this side, and Kimmy James is on this side, and Aria Kyle's on that side. And Bebe took that picture of them a while back. Bebe does photography, and she is so good. That is my youngest baby's wife, does photography. So, but this was from our Disney trip where I got the coronavirus. I know I did. So when they test for those antibodies, I'm gonna be like, I gotcha. I'll be able to go do whatever I want because I have already had that. Several of y'all sent that where to get fabric and sent lots of good suggestions. And one I thought was really cool. Mary sent in quiltshops.com, and it has a shirts bar in it. So you can type in whatever you're looking for. Like if I want red gingham or red and blue gingham, you can type that in and it'll tell you the shops that have it and things, and about shipping and things like that. Y'all recommended Keepsake Quilting, Missouri Star Quilting, Fat Quarter Shop, Stitchery Express, and some others. I'm gonna try to mention some of those every time and keep mentioning them since we are still having a hard time getting fabric, and a couple of y'all were sweet enough to offer to share, and that is so nice. Y'all are awfully sweet. Jeanne and Georgette's husbands have retired, and I'm thinking everybody whose husband's retired, while this is done, we should start, I don't know, growing topiaries like shaped like little animals in the backyard, little ivy topiaries to take up our time. So when they're in the house, we can go out back and try to get some time to ourselves and get some space, because holy moly, that is nuts, just nuts. It's too much, way too much. The Bittersweet Season by Pat Thode Heartstrings was the one I was looking for, and y'all came through, as always, the one that was on Lisa Kindred Stitcher's little background back there that I'm always wanting. Oh, and there's my Welcome Spring right there. I did get it on my toolbox. Y'all were kind enough to say that it was from 2002. So I'm just kind of watching on Etsy and watching on eBay, hoping I can get my hands on it. So if anybody sees it out there anywhere, holler, because I'm looking to stitch that. It's super cute. But one of y'all asked, and I don't know if I can remember finding it, my handwriting right now is so bad. I was jotting these things down. My internet connection has been horrible this week. So I didn't get to answer as many as I wanted, and it took me longer because all my answers kept timing out. So when y'all get my answers and it shows it 2 or 3 times that they're almost the same or the same, exactly the same, I've either had to go back in and type it again, or I've had to refresh to get it to send y'all the answer again. And then when it goes through, it finally does it like 17 times. So sorry about that. But one of y'all asked if this was an antique tool box, and it isn't. I picked it up on a trip to Canton when we go out there and buy big giant pots that I have outside. And I will say I built one in ag when I was in high school, and I'm a terrible builder. And Benito Sanchez, and he was so dang handsome. If he hadn't already had a girlfriend and I hadn't had a boyfriend, I'd have chased him around like crazy. But he was so kind to help me finish it, because mine was terrible, and it still rocked a little bit. Even he tried to salvage it, but he only had so much time. But of course, they made us use what leftover paint they had left over from something else. So it was like, this is Aria Kyle's picture she gave me, but those toolboxes were like this color blue, because for whatever reason, that's what they had left over in the ag shop. And so they had the grip through handle, and they had like the 6 sections, like 3 on this side and 3 on this side. They were all wood. I'm sure I throwed it in the trash the day we left school with them, because it was awful. And now I'd give my eye teeth if I still had it, but you know how that goes. When you're young, you just toss things out and never want to keep them. So no, that's not an antique. I do love it, and normally I would have changed the flowers out, but I had these Christmassy stuff in it last, and I had a few white things left. I pulled out all the berries, and I haven't been able to go anywhere to get any springy flowers, so I've just kind of tried to cram them down a little bit and stuff those bunnies and my spring sign in there to try to cover it up a little bit. So, but it's back there, and I will probably take down my Easter eggs. I said I was going to leave up all my Easter decorations until I got to be together with all my family and do Easter, but because I was thinking it would be in about 2 weeks, and I was just going to write it out, and we'd have an Easter egg hunt and everything, just like my usual Easter, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, and that makes me like super sad. But yeah, whatever. I'm just like not happy about that at all. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, if I'm just gonna take it down and just leave my spring, or if I'm just gonna try to keep it on with it, because it is cherry. Usually I take down my Easter eggs and stuff and just leave some spring stuff up. But like I said, I really thought I would just write it out and have a little bit of, leave all my Easter until I could have an Easter. But it does not look like we're gonna get to have Easter until who knows when. Dallas County did come out and say that you had to wear a mask when you are in public. My oldest son, my oldest baby, and his girlfriend live in Dallas, and so he has had to wear a face covering. She's working from home, and she doesn't, so she can stay in the house. They can have everything delivered, but he's having to wear a face covering when he goes to work, and so he's in a building, but you know, if you're out in public, you're supposed to have it on. So he's like, and he has a beard, so he's like, it's fighting with my beard all day long. So he says it's like bad business. Also, Dottie had mentioned that there is an app you can put on your phone called Needle Travel, and you can put in what type of shop you're looking for, and it'll tell you what ones are in what areas. Now that we're not driving, that's not so cool, but it would tell you, you know, what was around you that might ship that maybe you didn't know about. You know, there are probably a lot of towns around here that might have a little quilt shop that I don't know about or something. So that might be something that we can all start utilizing also to try to keep up with where we can get things and make things work. Cindy is making a want list, which I thought was great, for things that she wants to get or go look at or things and we can get out again. So, you know, I want to go get some summer things to go in this toolbox back here. So that's super fun. So I think that's probably a good idea to kind of start looking at things like that to kind of give us something to look forward to, you know, give us something to think about and make us, you know, kind of happy. And when I said that I didn't know how to shoot, Miriam and Marianne were real sweet to tell me that they would teach me how to shoot. I still don't know that that's a real good idea. I guess you'll just say she's my cousin. It's by marriage, but Kimberly, I love her. I love her like a fat kid loves cake. She is a vet tech and mom and a great fisherman, and she can outshoot all the guys and outhunt all the guys. And she is like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And she's just one of those people that, you know how when the first time you meet somebody, you're like, I love them. That's like the best person ever. That's how I felt when I met her. I was like, she's the coolest thing ever. Because my husband's a great shot, and her brother's a great shot, and lots of people in my family are a great shot. But they were shooting skeet, and boy, she just wiped her feet on them. No joke. She just walked right at them like Annie Oakley'd all them boys and put them in their place. And it just made me super happy. So y'all won't have to drive down here if I ever learn how to control my temper. Kimberly, well, maybe we'll just have a big shooting retreat if I ever learn how to control my temper. Y'all can come down in Kimberly and everybody can learn to shoot at one time. But I think that was all, maybe all my questions. I hope. If I see anything else that I missed, I probably will. I probably will, but we'll come back to that. I have no haul, of course. I have ordered, ordered some things and do have them come in. I'm out of sticky board and mat board and things. I have some of that coming. And I did order it. I got it from Fat Quarter Shop just because I try to shop from a real person as opposed to a giant mega thing. And so I ordered that and a few things from them, fabric and stuff. And then I do have Shelly's getting some stuff together for me. And I did misstate on my LNS here in town, not in town, in Arlington, the Stitch Niche. She could not send my stuff because she didn't have it. They're not ordering things they don't have. If she had had it in-house, she could have shipped it to me. But the two patterns I wanted, she didn't have, and so she couldn't send them to me. So that was a problem with that. So if you want something, and you can contact her, and if she has it, she'll get it to you because they're going in, you know, once a week or so and sending some stuff out. So if she has it, she can get it to you, but they're not there, you know, they're not ordering things. They're not there to accept orders and things. So they're just sending out what they have. So the two things I wanted, they didn't have, and so she couldn't send it to me. So they are open. Tanya was nice enough to get me back on track because I told her, I said, I got an email saying so too, but then they told me no. And so I just misunderstood what Kim answered me back. So they are shipping if they have, there I am touching my face, y'all, if they have what you need. So I did misspeak on that. So now we are going to jump into my whips. And here we go. First off, I've worked a little bit on everything since we're all stuck in here. This, as y'all know, my Frosted Pumpkin, the Sleepy Hollow sampler, and I got it as a PDF. You can get it as a hard copy too, but I did it as a PDF, and y'all know I love them. I have changed out some of the colors, and y'all know I love me some Sunshine Stitchers, and Gary and EJ and Shelly and them, they always have their things like this, and I think it makes it so much nicer. So here is my Sleepy Hollow sampler. And so I just had him done, and now I've got the house and the trees and the grass done on here. And so now under here next I'll do, there's the fence will come in and the little cat and the pumpkin, and then just the letters are down here. So he is very small, and I did him on 80. Y'all know I stitch on whatever I have. I'm not picky. I'll stitch on just about anything. I hate using a hoop, but I'll still do it. But he is so cute. I do wish, I did use the called for colors on the pumpkin, and mine didn't show a lot of variance. You know, that just happens sometimes. So I do wish, so on my little pumpkin down here, this guy, I will probably change one of the pumpkin colors to maybe show a little bit more variance in here, because mine didn't show as much as this one did. You know, it just happens, it's thread. The colors are just a little bit different. But I do love Frosted Pumpkin. I love all their work. I love, it's very affordable. It's easy to read. It's, and it's so dang cute. Y'all, it's so cute. So cute. I did get to work on Miladys needle some. It's May Health and Peace Attend Your Days. It's through the Stitch and Itch in Arlington. It's the Sal with them. And it's so pretty. And I did mine just in the DMC option. They had a silk option, and they had several fabric size options. I did the 28 count legacy linen, and I struggled with it because I don't like using a hoop, and this linen is beautiful and soft, and I'm having to use a hoop on it, and I just made myself suck it up because it's just too beautiful not to use. So I did a little bit more I think there, but I did mainly the crown and this, and this has a few more things in it to do. I got the line done, and this has a couple of halves in it, but I haven't gone back across it yet. But I'm so pleased with the colors and everything in it. And like I said, this is just all DMC. I don't remember what the kit was, but it was very affordable for all three things. I messaged Kim, and she's probably messaged me back, and I forgot to check my dang email. And so there's probably an answer there to see if she had any more of the kits. But I have loved stitching on this. It has just been so pretty. It has been very pleasant to stitch on. Here is, I have the colors sitting here somewhere. You grab them so you can see the rest of the colors on here. I mean, that is just as pretty as it gets. I can't wait to have it finished and hang it because it is so pretty. And right now everybody needs some health and some peace. That ain't no joke. Everybody needs some health and peace these days. So that blue, I think I'm in love with that blue right there. But that bright blue I think is my favorite so far. And this looks bad right here, but it's just because I've got halves. Haven't crossed them back over yet. Oh, and that's what else. Several of y'all asked about my fingernails. And they are little nail strips from Color Street. And my daughter helped me. She put a link in from our well, she's family practically, that sells them, and you can order them and which ones I had on. But you just put them on and they go on like dry, and I can start stitching immediately when I put them on. I love the stinking things. And it's like $11 for a set, and I can do my toenails and my fingernails in one set. So that makes me super happy. And right now it's the closest thing we're gonna get to pedicure, so, or manicure, so yay. Yay for that. That's about all we're gonna get to do. I did tell y'all, and I forgot to bring it in here, that I'm going to start Their Song by Blackbird, and I forgot to bring it in here, but that's gonna be my birthday start today. So yeah, 53 years old today, woo woo. So that's gonna be my start tonight. I'm gonna start it, but I did start because, and I know who recommended it is Diane, because I said I don't usually do like any mania or anything like that, but with this craziness going on, we all gotta do something. And so I was saying I was gonna do a little something, and I was gonna go ahead and start it, and I thought that I was gonna go ahead and do some of my BBD stockings. And I probably won't do them monthly, I'll probably just do them seasonal. So like I'll do probably more of them than meant to be in patriotic colors in fall, and then I'll do my summer is my patriotic, and then winter and spring ones, and I'll divide them up like that and just do the colorways in those options. And so I said I would probably start on those, but I would start early right now because we're all sitting here at home anyway. And so Diane suggested that we call it Panda Mania. And I loved it. Diane's a genius. So I've gone ahead and started on my Panda Mania last night. So I got out my linen. I had 30 count portobello linen, and I grabbed out the Patriotic July. It's by Blackbird, and it has that one in it. This is the one that I started, and these are probably the two that I'll do right now. And then I'll probably pull out some of the other ones that are like quilt patterns and do them in these colors. I wanted to play around with some things since we don't have anything else, you know, I can't go around in the shop or anywhere and just look at some colors and pick out some colors. And I didn't have I think this called for dungarees and clay pot, and I didn't have those. I think I have blue corn and one other blue in my variegated blues. I don't have a lot of those blues for some reason. And so I thought I would get in my sulkies and try some sulkies on that 30 count. Y'all, I'm liking it. I struggle with my sulkies though, because I like, y'all know what, y'all see how I kept my other stuff on that ring, like that. So I came up with this. I just used a Chanel stem and put a little bead at the bottom, and then I've got them on here. And so that's holding them on my ring with my little scissors. You know, I bought these from the Amazon, and I'll try to get a link in there somehow, but I haven't done it yet. I promise I'm gonna get better at these things. I am trying to learn. Ellen, I commented, and I was so excited because y'all know I love Ellen. I watch her maximum cross stitch, and I said I never know if I'm more impressed by her stitching or her tech skills, because both are like fabulous. And sorry I sound like I have a 12-pack a day smoking habit right now, but it's the tree pollen is up and it gets me every time. So we're gonna call it raspy. We're gonna say it's sexy and raspy, okay? But this is working great for me. So I've got these two colors, and I'm doing this stocking right here with these colors. And y'all, I have not got very much done. Let me unroll him a little bit and put something white behind him here. I had white behind everything else but this, of course. I couldn't have planned ahead. Y'all, I am in love. I am loving it. It just looks like total classic red and blue. I mean, it is just classic red and navy. It just screams, oh, beautiful for spacious skies to me. I'm loving this. And so that is, and these are tiny. Y'all, these are, I mean, I stitched on this for no time last night. 46 by 74 is the stitch count on this guy right here. So he is just gonna be little when he's done. But I am so loving that red and blue on here. Yike. Oh, I need me a van of white. That's what I need. But I love that. I love it. I didn't know if I was gonna like it. And the coverage is so good on this 30 count. See if I move my head, if it'll focus on it a little bit. The coverage on it is perfect with one thread, and it is laying, of course it's one thread, so it's laying smooth, it's laying beautiful, and just working up like a charm. I could not be happier with these. Love, loving it. So if you're wanting to get you some Panda Mania on, and you have any 30 count laying around, your sulky thread will work fabulous on it. I don't know if any of the needle workshops carry it or not. I think I ordered it off Amazon, and I don't, to do embroidery with. And then I saw that you could use it on cross stitch. I saw somebody do something with it on cross stitch, and I tried it. And that's when I used it on my Prairie Schoolers and loved it on the 28. But on this 30, it is just about perfect for me. I am adoring it, just adoring it. So that's gonna be my Panda Mania, is I'm gonna work on stockings. So for the next at least 6 weeks, I will be working on stockings for my Panda Mania. Thank you, Diane, for that genius start, for that genius name to my start. So that was so great. And we had, this was Welcome Spring here, and it was the giveaway, and it's stitched back there. We talked about it earlier. And the recipient of it, if I can find where I wrote it down, is, and I hope I don't kill your name, Bonnie Larzalere. Sorry. It's a beautiful name, but I'm probably saying it wrong. So I will contact you, and if you'll let me know, I'll get it in the mail to you. It seems to be working fine. They give me kind of a guesstimate at the post office what it is to mail them, and so far we've done it 3 or 4 times now, and it has gone off just like clockwork. So the post office, bless their hearts, are working so hard, and not only are they working hard, they're good guesstimators too. So that brings me to my FFO. My FFO, and we talked last week about my Spring Hair by Lottie Da, and that will be the sheer this week. And I told y'all he was all monochromatic, and I did not know if that was gonna work for me, because y'all thought it was funny I said I was a color whore, but I love me some color. I have my Fiesta dishes, I change them out with seasons, I have 3 or 4 colors going at a time, and I love color. I have had all yellow walls before in my house. I love color, no joke. And so I had 10 bucket, and called for 10 bucket, and I used 10 bucket and something else because I didn't have what it called for. And I can't remember what the other one I had pretty close was, but it was just not enough for me. And I forgot to bring that dang one in here. But this is what I ended up doing. We talked about it, and several of y'all mentioned that I should do it all colors, because the girls wanted it and be rainbow, and it would be fun. It would be fun because the little girls wanted me to do the letters and rainbows, and I did not think that I could keep my brain right doing different ones and keeping them separated right without going nuts. So I found I had a sulky thread that had rainbow colors on it, and I forgot to write down the number or bring it in here. And I didn't have a rainbow. I've ordered some rainbow dots to put behind this, but I loved him when he came undone, when he got done. Came undone, got done. I was so pleased with him. I did, instead of the little, they had little dots, little X's around like confetti stitches, so I just did a bunch of lazy daisies because the girls love them some flowers too. And so the only solid ones, I did my initials D, L, and W in solids, and then I did his pinwheel in one color each, and then his bow tie, which I will admit that I took out 3 times because I tried to do gray. He just looked all blah with the different colors. And then I tried doing it rainbow, and you couldn't tell it was a bow tie. And so then I went back and tried the pink. Somebody suggested that Vonna had done it in pink. So I searched it and found it done in this. And so I did it with the outline of it in the gray in the 10 bucket, and then the pink inside. And I have been just super. And then over here, they had just seemed like more X's, and I just went in and put in 2020 on there. So I didn't finish off the back because, like I said, I've ordered a piece of like multicolored dot fabric, and I think I'll put it around here. I wanted a multicolor like gingham bright, but I swear I saw some somewhere, but I can't find it. But I had this navy get them in my stash, and it's okay. It gets it finished and I can display it, and it makes the girls happy. So that is a sulky thread. The letters are all done with sulky threads, everything but the tin bucket. The rabbit and the outline there is in tin bucket. And then the sulky threads are the solids and the little letters and the flowers. And I'll figure out, I don't know why I didn't bring that one in here, but I was super, super, super pleased with it. It made me so happy. So I'm glad I went ahead and tried to find a way to do the girls' rainbow letters, because yes, I will always remember how much they love rainbow everything. Aria tells me all the time she's gonna drive a rainbow van when she gets grown. So, okay, rainbow van, because their daddy bought them a Sprinter van that they love riding in. He bought one and redid it. So when they go on road trips, he made places in the back so that their car seats legally fasten down to the frame. So, but you know, they have all that leg room so that they're sitting on the floor and they have a TV up there, but their car seats are mounted to a thing to the frame that goes through and connects to the frame of the van. And so they're so comfortable because they have nothing around their legs or anything, like they're squished up in the car. So Aria tells me all the time she's going to drive a rainbow van when she gets big. So they love their rainbow letters. So this Spring Hair by Lottie Da, that will be the share this week. So if you want to do Spring Hair by Lottie Da, make sure that you subscribe and like the video and comment with the word rainbow. You have to use the word rainbow this week, because that's how the random comment picker, I put that filter in there, the word rainbow, because some people may have already stitched this. Somebody asked in one of the, why did I do that? Well, some people may have already stitched this or may not want to stitch this, and so it would stink if they want it and they didn't want it, or they've already stitched it and they don't need it. So that way, if you use a word, it just picks up that, and that's way it knows who wants it. So if you want to stitch Spring Hair by Lottie Da, and I will post this picture on Instagram. I'm having trouble speaking today, y'all. I don't know if I need to, maybe I need a drink. I need some birthday beer. Oh, Lord. I'll post it on Insta, and I'll put what number that sulky is on there, and there's a piece of fuzz on there. So for our big birthday dinner plan, since we can't go anywhere, we'll probably drive and get a hamburger and ice cream and eat it in the car. Don't be jealous. I don't know what else you're gonna do. I'm not cooking on my birthday. But James Williams drew my bathwater this morning, got my coffee and everything, and he got me a new, that was the other thing, I killed my Fitbit last week, and I forgot to tell you on the last video, the dryer that they delivered did not work. So I got a new dryer, it didn't work at all. So they're supposed to deliver a new dryer tomorrow. So the dryer died, I killed my Fitbit, I don't know why, I have that, there was like a year of my life that every time I went in a store and came out of the store, the things went off like you stole something when I went in. So I have bad machine juju. It just is what it is. So I have killed another mechanism. So now I have an Apple Watch, and we'll see how it holds up to my bad machine juju. See how that goes. But thank y'all for spending my birthday with me. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe and enjoy your stitching. Bye.